answer about your comment, rather. You said that you have an Armenian father, and I think that's very important with Golestan, that there's no geography connected with him. It's the geography of language. And he always says, am I an immigrant? When I left Tehran, am I an immigrant the day I left Tehran? You know, you always remain in the geography of the language. And you are always the proprietor of the language, the owner. And so why those two? Because he is a very, very knowledgeable person. He's so wise. And it's very important that he is searching, because I live in the world and I look for images and elements which are connected with our times and with the hardship of our time. And then if I wanted to tell you how come the film initiated, I must say that the question was whether it makes sense or what is it good for to be a poet in times of hardship. You could go beyond Golestan, but he's a very good example. He's always still in a difficult position, and who could search better than Jean-Luc Godard? They both share very many things, have much in common, and there were two parallels where I really wanted to get them and connect them together. Another question? Oui, au milieu.
Alors, pas une double question, sinon ça fera trop de temps.
Not a double question. We'll need too much time otherwise.
First of all, congratulations, of course. How did their COVID situation, so to say, influenced their film? Because it is shot like in a part in internet, so to say. And how did the great masters react to this necessity to work through media during their shooting? Yeah.
Merci.
Thank you. I could say that shooting was mainly done before the pandemic. There was no Zoom, no Skype, no meeting on the internet involved. So there's no digital meeting anywhere on the web. It's done by images and emails which were interchanged. So the pandemic did not play a role. Only, of course, I had a lot of concentration staying at home, and I could do a lot of work then. Thank you. Well, congratulations. Have a very nice evening.
We are now having the joy to welcome the Best First Feature Award, which is endowed by GVFF with 50,000 euros, and the winner was Zonne by Kordwin Ayoub. Welcome, Kordwin. Welcome, congratulations.
Hi.
On your wedding with the film industry? Yeah. Is there a question for Kordwin? Yeah, please.
Congratulations for this prize. And how difficult it was for you to do, because the encounter is always a section that needs a lot of energy to make the film. So how was it for you?
I think all films need a lot of energy to make. But we had the experience that we had Corona, in between, so we had to break up, interrupt the shootings, and we had to start shooting the movie again in autumn after March, you know, the big lockdown thing where everybody thought they would die. And yes, but it was good because we learned from all the mistakes we did in the first days. So now I think it's a good film with, yes, a lot of energy.
Kodvin, you were in Berlinale Talents not so long ago.
Yeah.
So I suppose Berlinale is officially something special for you.
Yes, it's very special. I mean, I had heartbreaks in Berlin and love and hopes. And now I'm here. It's everything. It's like a second home. That's great.
Yes?
Ja, ich muss doch noch mal fragen, Makara Petja noch mal. Wir haben ja vor ein paar Tagen ein Interview gemacht und hättest du wirklich erwartet, Kurtwin, dass du jetzt diesen Preis bekommst?
Would you have expected to win this prize? We just had an interview with you a couple of days ago, or have you got used to having this prize? It's a great film. It's incredible.
When I heard it, I was so happy. I cried a little bit and called everybody I knew, and I mean from the movie. And yeah, it's very cool. You cannot imagine how cool it is and how happy you can feel about that, something like this. Yeah, because you work so long on it, and then you stand there and get this prize, and you think, yeah, cool. But yeah, I mean, you have to work and do the second feature and the third feature, and you'll see maybe you're bad and pressure and things like this. It's going to be very funny.
And it's an award shared with the producers.
Yeah.
And I heard you say the other night at the premiere that it was a very special relationship with your producers, who are absolutely key in making you free to make the film how you want it. Yeah.
Yes, that was great because Ulrich Seidel and Veronika Franz, they both like to work with non-professional actresses mostly, and they shoot chronologically, and they know when you want artistic freedom, they let you, but I mean, they believe in you, so they let you. So if you're bad, I don't know. But yes. And it's like a family company, I think. They're all cool and nice and loving. And we believe in each other. It's very nice.
So the whole film is a family story.
Yeah, it is, maybe. I mean, it's fiction, but I think that my feelings and emotions and experience, how I felt as a teenager, is in that movie, of course. And my parents are also in that movie, so.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you already have plans for a next project?
Yes, my next project is Mond. It's Moon. And hopefully I will shoot it in winter or spring next year. And it's a cool story.
We look forward to it, and we hope this award will give you wings.
Yes, hopefully, yes. I hope that Austria will give me all their funds. Hi.
Thank you, Kodvin. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations again. Thank you. It's like the lottery. A short film competition, Silver Bear, jury prize for Mania de Domingo by Bruno Ribeiro. Please welcome him. Please. Welcome, congratulations. Bruno, beautiful speech on stage. Thank you very much. It's a very deserved award for a beautiful film.
Thank you.
What does this award mean to you?
Yeah, I think This award means a lot, not only for me, but for all the team that made it, because today in Brazil we live a very complicated situation where it's very hard to not only find funding, but we have a government that actively try to destroy our culture and cinema. So I think it's very important not only for us to be here, but yes, to show, to send a message, you know, like it's possible to make art and to also yeah, follow your dreams. Yes.
I'd love to hear you on music. Your film features a pianist, and I love how you filmed her play. It's not only about what she plays. You film beautifully how just the gesture of playing the piano. What's your relationship to this instrument?
Before I just liked very much not only piano but classical music, but I don't have like a direct relation with it. But for some reason, the first image that came in my mind for this project was this black young pianist playing, and I felt like someone was watching her. So this was the image that first came, and I tried to pursue it. And then after I met Raquel Paixão, who is the main actress, and immediately I understood that she was this person that was already in my mind in some way. So yes, it's not like a thought thing. It was what I was just trying to achieve this image. Yes.
Thank you. Is there one question for Bruno? No, we can let you enjoy your evening and your award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're staying with the short films, and this time the big winner, the Golden Bear, for Best Short Film, Trap by Anastasia Weber. Please welcome her. Welcome, Anastasia. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This film is your graduation film,
Yes.
and it's very masterful.
Thank you.
You said it took quite a while to make it happen. What's your feeling tonight? Is there some sense of closure, or will it always remain open?
So, very strange feelings, yes, because it was a long way to make this film. So I, as a beginner, a filmmaker, so I met, I guess, all difficulties which can happen on the way of beginner filmmaker, and now I guess I can make something in cinema, maybe a little bit. So, and this award is a big responsibility for me, and advance to work and to continue. So, and it really gives me power, and so I know feelings to continue. Yes, my work.
There's quite many questions. Yes.
First, congratulations, Marco Rapetian, film magazine Spirit is Mal in the Storm. I think you were born for short film, really, but you want to go also on feature film with your next project, or you want to stay on this short film genre? Because I think it's fantastic, but what you want from your career as a director now, where you win an award, yeah? What is your thinking now, in this moment? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So, of course, I want to make a full-length film feature, of course. But, you know, I understood that the main thing in directing is to have my own way of praxis. And I really can't define the art of cinema on some points, and I'm really interested in film and in digital and 3D and in experimental film and video essay, and it would be really nice to combine all these genres and to make some new forms or something like that. And this is my main point as a director, but in the way of my career, of course, I understand that I had to make a full-length film, and I'm ready for it. So, thank you.
We have time for one more. One more.
My name is Mahai Sigit. I love shorts. Every year I go to the short and I see around 20, 30. What there is the question I will ask you is, making a short is like making a film, because you have a script, but you have not the time. You have to do it. So how difficult it was for you to put all the good things you did in one?
Oh, it was very difficult because I had about 35 shooting days, and I really cut a lot of material, and I had to choose the best. And it was like a knife in my heart, in my young filmmaker's heart. But then I understood that it's a way, and it's really a method of working. And this is what director really had to make, always find the decisions. So there aren't any problems. There are only decisions which director could make, and this understanding really could help me continue this work and combine this. And of course, I have a lot of crew members who help me. 2 editors, for example, Konstantin Karyagin, he was there on the premiere of the film, and also Dima Novikov. We worked together, and these people really helped me to conclude this to the one idea, and to make every short work on the main idea of the film. So
thank you, Anastasia. We wish you the best, and congratulations again.
thank you. So shall I go? Yes?
Wonderful. The documentary award winner, the RBB documentary award winner, which won 40,000 euros thanks to the sponsor, Myanmar Diaries. We welcome the producers, Corinne van Eggeaert and Peter Lohm. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your acknowledgement of the award on stage was very inspiring. I'm not sure what to add. I mean, I think it was indeed important to make us think very strongly about those filmmakers who can't be with us tonight. We hope somehow they'll keep on making films that will be seen together with them. This film worked as a whole. It's not only random patchwork. So who conceived that global piece of work?
It's a bit of a back and forth process working with the filmmakers. I mean, initially it started out as an omnibus. They contacted us right in the first week, right after the coup began, and they said, look, we want to make an omnibus of films. Can you help us? So it's like, of course. When can we get started? And then the film started kind of coming in, and then there was complete freedom in the process. The only thing that they agreed upon was that everything had to be anonymous. So you can't show anybody's face. So we heard about it at first. We thought, how's that going to work, to make something emotionally moving without showing anybody's face? That's going to be really hard. But we're so surprised. And then it was the idea as it became much more difficult to film outside. You have all these intimate scenes, right? So we decided to try to contrast those with documentary footage of what was happening on the street. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there questions? Yes?
Oh, Mahar Sagid, Africa Refugee News. Thank you, 3 times. I saw this film, and really it was troubling to see these students being killed, and these young boys taking every step of this, and I don't have to say anything about the film because it was really perfect for this documentary film. Just when you meet them, tell them Berlinale is really happy that you brought this film here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, they're thrilled. I mean, of course. So thank you so much.
Talk about the platform.
Why don't you do that? Yes, yeah, do that.
Yeah, and what we should also tell you is thank you for your remarks about what can we do next, how can they continue their work. Our next plan is to launch an online platform where we would like to basically raise money to help these filmmakers continue their work, and not just money, but also to get other producers and professional people involved to lift them up and push them further in mentoring and producing. So that's our next step, and that's probably going to be released at the Movies That Matter Film Festival in The Hague at the end of April. Yeah.
Can I ask what was the hand sign that you did on
sure.
stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sign that's been taken from the Hunger Games, and this is, I think originally it's like a Scout's honor, but they basically the filmmakers, or not the film, sorry, the protesters in Thailand, Hong Kong, and Myanmar are using this sign now, and it's basically just a youth culture aspect of protesting, so that there is a unity in the protest, but it's taken over by all the generations there. Everybody's using this sign because this is an army going against its people. So there is no people in the side of the army. So everybody's using that.
Thank you so much. Many congratulations.
Using this sign is also a sign for them that we're thinking about them. That's why we like to do it all the time. Mm.
If you're watching, we're thinking about you. Congratulations, and congratulations to your producers.
Thank you so much.
Is your hand back? Yeah. See you later. Thank you. We are welcoming now the winner of the Encounter section. Best film from Encounters is Mutzenbacher by Ruth Beckermann. Please welcome her. Welcome and congratulations. Yes, wherever you want. You're welcome next to me. Oh, there are questions. Yes?
I've seen the movie just today, luckily, and was really impressed. My question is about the ending. So this final phrase, I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but it sounds like no matter how many years has passed, nothing changes. I am lying down and he's on top of me, and sort of this power dynamic does not change much, no matter if we are in 21st century or in the time when the book which was read was written. So could you comment a bit on that? If there is hope for the society in this aspect, or it still would be this similar power dynamic also in, I don't know, 50 years or 100?
Well, I mean, it's really the ending of the book, this sentence. And you want me to repeat the sentence? No. Well, it's not my comment. The book was written anonymously, probably by a man, and it's in the fashion of the female memoir, which means that it's written in as if a woman would have written it. And some of the men who came to the casting call, they thought that it's a documentary book written by a woman, which of course, I suppose, would sound quite different. Of course, it's a male fantasy, so it was interesting for me to confront men of today, like in a field experiment, with a text, a pornographic text that was written more than 100 years ago. And well, I decided to end the film with the end of the book, but also with kind of this very basic philosophy, if you want, yeah? If you cut it down to this, one lies above, one lies below, you could also reverse the position. So that's what I did in the film. Usually as we know, for many years, there were women sitting on the casting couch and men directed them, or they tried to attract the director, and I reversed the situation. It's a very simple or easy concept in a way. So, those men were sitting on my casting couch, and I talked to them. I had them read a small paragraph, and I was very much astonished to find out how open-minded they were. Because, to tell you the truth, my girlfriends and me, many times we said, men don't talk about themselves. And I found out that it's not really true. They enjoyed the filming and had fun, and I hope that they like the film, because it was just finished. Not all of them saw it already.
You said you were surprised that people were interested in your film. Now that not only the festival invited it, but the jury recognized it as their best film, does it start to sink in that maybe people are interested in this?
Somehow it touched something. When you make a film, you never know what happens when the film is released and seen by the public. Actually, we thought in the editing process nobody will ever screen this film. The whole story since December, when the jury here saw the film, is so funny for me, because I really didn't expect anything in this case. But now I start to think that maybe the film came in the right moment, because there's kind of new taboos and new censorship around, like names like cancel culture and so on. So to do something completely subversive, already the text is subversive, but this whole constellation of 100 men shouting words out of this book, yeah, and having fun, is maybe some people are happy that it's possible. Maybe it's a moment of freedom, that it's possible to do it, and to screen it, and to watch it, and to laugh, maybe.
Thank you so much. Join me in applauding Ruth Beckerman. Best film, Encounters. Thank you, Ruth.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please welcome the winner of the Silver Bear for Best Director, Claire Denis, for Avec Amour et Acharnement. Bonsoir Claire. Bienvenue à mes côtés.
Welcome, Claire.
Bourse d'argent.
Sit down beside me.
Quelle meilleure circonstance.
Bon, pardon.
Oui, excusez-nous, Claire et moi ne nous
Oh, sorry, Claire and I hadn't met for quite some time. So, do you have questions, please?
Oui.
Hello and congratulations.
Hello.
Yeah, and my question is, so your film, in comparison to some other entries especially, is, I would say, on an eternal topic. It's about love, it's about relationships. And why do you think it's still so relevant and resonant? And no matter what happens in politics and social life, etc., this story about a man, a woman, and someone third, or some interruption, as was said at the press conference, is still so vital and brings so many possible interpretations and inspiration for you as a director. Yeah, thanks.
I think that the character of the film, they live in the world as it is. And their life, Jean and Sarah's life, seemed to be settled. But suddenly there is an intrusion from the past of their life that break the balance. Maybe the balance was not so good after all, but they break the balance. This guy coming from the past is bringing a sort of void in between the couple, inside the couple. I think it's not necessary that cinema is always, it's dealing with the world, even though, you know, it's dealing with the world, because the basic thing in the world is to be able to look at each other, to love each other, to be able to live in a certain peace, you know. And when it comes to passion, it has no no border, you know. It can. So I don't know. I never told myself, Claire, you have to do a film about passion and love, and it came to me through the actor. As always, Vincent and Juliette together was very important for me. Grégoire Collin, I've been working with him 6 or 7 times already. So it was like they were driving me to the story, to that story, yeah. And I wrote with a French writer I like a lot, Christine Angot, and we get along well when we speak about that, you know. That's something we share, yeah. The sorrows, the pain, and the joy of love. Thank you. Danke.
Is there someone else? Yes, please.
Yes, hello, Johannes Litschel, my name. Congratulations, first of all, for this award. What I liked a lot in this movie was that the 3 characters started in a kind of equal position at the beginning, and at the end there is a kind of disbalance between the 3 characters, and I had a very critical view on the female main character. And what I liked is that this movie is made by a female filmmaker, by a woman, and it's for me interesting that at the end it's this constellation, and honestly for me it's also kind of feminist filmmaking when at the end you have a critical view on the female character. So this is my impression when I watched the movie, and I would be interested what you think about that. Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I have to say, I don't know. I think for me, the character of Sarah, the way Juliette Binoche is interpreting Sarah, and the way we wrote the script is she's also the victim you know? She could be she's not judged by the film. I don't think so. For me, she is the victim, not of Jean, not of François. She's the victim of herself because she is right, in a way, to believe that she is allowed to follow a pulsion, a desire. As she said, I always walk right, I always obey. And suddenly, she wants something that probably in many other stories, it's allowed only to men, you know? And she takes that liberté to, not to cheat, but to answer herself to the question, what is worth doing in a situation like that? You know, as she said to Jean, once you loved someone, you never stop loving that person. It's always there somewhere, you know? Maybe back, but it's still alive. It's still tempting to check if it's alive or not, if it was right or wrong. And probably she knows François is not totally fair, you know? He's maybe also a little bit looking for a vengeance. Maybe, yeah.
Thank you, Claire. Tonight you thanked a lot you thanked a lot other people, your actors, your co-writer, but this award is for your mise en scène, Best Director Award. Congratulations. Join me in congratulating Claire.
Directing is certainly something you can do with great actor and actress, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please welcome the winner of the Silver Bear Jury Prize, Natalia Lopez Gallardo, for Robe of Gems. Welcome, Natalia. Congratulations. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Thank you.
Oh, there are a lot of hands. Okay, Carlos, in the back. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, Natalia.
Hello.
First of all, congratulations for this amazing film. I really think it's a movie that will be remembered through the years. And I think it's a movie that depicts something we have seen too many times in the same way, in a different one, through this abstraction, depicting this fear in this community. You said in the press conference that it shows a community with no future, with no common project. I was thinking if maybe you have some hope of some things that can change in the future, the things we see in the movie. Thank you.
I think that we could be lost without hope. So of course I have hope. Of course I have hope in the human spirit, and but I think that what I admire of Germany, it's the community sense of construction, and it's something that is lacking in Mexico nowadays. And I think that without looking for the others, and without looking for the group, and without the big children teaching the small children, like in a dynamic, it's difficult to grow. So my hope goes to that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Natalia, I need your answer in Spanish, please.
Sí.
It's for Mexico and Bolivia.
Sí.
In the last days, en los últimos días, tú hablaste.
During the last few days, you have talked about your convictions in your work related, for example, with editing, and what you said was the puzzle of editing the film. Then you talked about the complexity of women in your film who often have ambiguous roles as both perpetrators and victims. What do you think convinced the jury of the festival? What did they see in your film when they gave you this award? Well, I think that both things you mentioned, on the one hand, the complexity of human beings, and this narrative construction that we use that was not entirely usual. I think these two aspects are maybe collateral in cinema. I think maybe the jury saw that in my film. They saw this experience of filmmaking. And of course, everything that you see, everything that you mentioned is a part of this experience. But I was deeply moved by this decision of the jury, by their love for cinema and for the idiosyncrasies of cinema as an experience. Sorry if I didn't answer the question properly. Sometimes I get lost.
Yes.
First, congratulations on the Silver Bear. This is a film that you watched that you will remember, and it's really something very impressive for me. And my question is there any hidden message behind the name, which is also a very beautiful and unforgettable name? Is there any hidden message you want to convey through the name Robert James? Because there's no Rob and there's no obvious James in the, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks to you, and I feel very grateful that you like it, because you are from another universe, different from Mexico, and to transmit the film to you, it's for me a great reward. I think that what we wish to construct is a kind of vase, and there is not a hidden message, but space for you to put your own subjective experience in it, and your own values and your own vision of life. So I think that's important. It's nothing is hidden. It's all there, but you have to put yourself in it. So it's a base that has to be filled with you. And the name. It's a phrase or something that I read at some point, I don't remember where, and I think it's a Buddhist idea that said that reality is like a robe of gems, that in each gem the other ones are reflected. So for me it was a perfect portrait of the film, like remind me a web. For me the film is like a constellation.
Thank you, Natalia, and congratulations for your Silver Bear Jury Prize.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please join me in welcoming the winner of the Silver Bear for Outstanding Artistic Contribution, Riti Pan, for Everything Will Be Okay.
Everything will be okay.
Bonsoir, Riti. Félicitations. Oui.
Congratulations. Here we are. I've drunk a little bit. Oh, okay, so you're relaxed. Okay, any questions? Yes, fine. Please.
Hi, congratulations on this film. I really love it, and I feel really strong feelings behind of the film. So I have a very strong impression about during this essay film you put into the words like the cinema is all about power. It's all about who setting up the powers and who's seizing the powers. And by using the puppet format of the film, I feel like you're trying to put some criticism towards the film cinema itself. So I would like to ask you, do you still believe in the power of image? Do you still believe in the power of cinema? And what do you want to actually say by using the phrase like saying the cinema is all about power and image is all about power? Thank you.
Yes, power is also a kind of cinematic poetry. And cinema, can cinema change the world? No. The power of cinema is to realize that possibly you can change things at your level, I mean, within yourself, for example, at an individual level. And the way each one of us can change individually. And that maybe allows you to see the world with different eyes. You have a kind of sense of freedom. And I hope to be able to show that by the way I make my films, the way I was inspired, and other filmmakers before me. Schramke, for example, he was the biggest gift was freedom. He taught me freedom. So you take the image and you work freely on it, and you take the picture. And I think that is essential today, because how to say this? You have the feeling you're super free, because you can make all sorts of messages all the time since the prize. You have so many photographs, but in reality, I'm not free at all, because I'm conditioned by a kind of form of communication, and maybe I'm not even able to read the reality as it is around me, or the way it would be tomorrow morning when I get home. And if I then go through a quarter, then I wonder, am I able to see how people live, how they think, how they breathe? Everything is in immediacy nowadays. Everything is so quick. And when I talk about power in the cinema, then maybe it's about, and that's the difference between cinema and other visual series, that cinema gives you the possibility to create some distance towards your topic. Anyway, that's the cinema I love. That's the kind of cinema I like making. You take your time to watch. I don't have to just follow like a drug addict a certain number of series. No, there's certain mechanics which might be addictive, but cinema like Chris Marcus or Tarkovsky's or Robert Bresson also, that's true art in a different manner. And it seems that I have the feeling that you can grasp the world's reality better that way. Now, that's the power of cinema. Does it change things? No, because otherwise things would already have changed. No, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. But cinema is there, so let's take it. Take it. And then bite a piece out of it. And try to breathe and to live with it and to make a step forward. Now, I think we could be here all night. We'd like to thank you and congratulations. Thank you. I'm gone. See you soon.
Thank you. Please welcome with me the winner of the Silver Bear for Best Screenplay, Laila Stiller, for Rabie Kournas gegen George Bush. Welcome, Laila. Congratulations. It was very joyful to see your surprise and your happiness there earlier.
Ja, ich bin, glaube ich, vor 10 Jahren.
Well, I think it was 10 or 12 years ago when I last attended Berlinale and had a film of my own there. And until recently, I didn't even know there was a prize for the best screenplay. So I was not nervous at all. It didn't concern me at all. I mean, I was a bit nervous, but not very much.
Laila, so the screenplay is inspired by the story that Moura Kournas wrote, and did you have to meet also the real protagonist to write your story? And did it make a difference?
Ist in Ordnung, wenn ich Deutsch spreche?
Ja, ja, ja.
Is it all right if I speak German?
Also es gab, in der Tat, es gab
Yeah, indeed. There were many meetings.
zunächst natürlich mit
Well, of course, first of all, I met with Rabie Kournas and Dana Docker, and then I also met Murat.
ich war von vornherein
And right from the start,
völlig, hin und weg und
I was completely enthusiastic. I fell in love with the idea to write this story from the perspective of the mother. And when I met Rabie, I could see she is the incarnation of a mother. And she made it very easy for me to write about her. And then when I met Bernhard Docker, I had an opposite feeling. And that was my idea, to take the two and let them have their comic moments in their relationship.
Did it feel like you needed their approval of your screenplay?
ja, ja, auf jeden
Yes, definitely.
Es ist immer, also wenn ich, es ist nicht das erste Mal, dass ich über
No, it's not the first time that I write about real persons.
Das ist immer ein ganz besonderer
And it's always a very special situation when you write about a person that is still alive and can see the film at the end of the process. You always have a special responsibility on the one hand side, but on the other hand,
Also wenn ich einen Film schreibe, der ein Spielfilm sein soll,
when I write the screenplay for a feature film, I really have to detach myself. I have to get very close first and detach myself later.
We have time for one question. So, we haven't heard you yet. Thank you.
Okay, ich stelle die Frage jetzt mal auf Deutsch.
Danke. I'm going to ask my question in German. You just said you worked with the two protagonists very closely. How about writing the screenplay? In that process, did you get back to Rabie to show how much progress you made? No.
Ich habe geschrieben und bin
I
natürlich
wrote the screenplay, and time and again I went back to Bremen and asked my questions. I did do that. And I remember a moment where in the beginning I had put together a kind of timetable, when is going to happen, what in this case. It's important, you have to get your dates right.
und dann ist mir aufgefallen,
And I noticed
dass zwischen Mai 2002
that between May 2002 and November 2003, nothing had happened. Rabie doesn't get any letters from Murat.
Aktionen verlaufen im
Docker's
Sande. Es
actions have no effect. Nothing happens. And this is the moment when I went back to Rabie and said, what happened there really? How did you manage to spend that time to cope with that? She said, well, I'm a mother, I'm a housewife, I have the children, I don't know.
Dann versucht mir das
And so I tried to imagine how it felt for her.
Das kann ich gar nicht darstellen.
And I
Also ich
said, it's
hab
very difficult for me to show that. There were several attempts to look into the deep emotions, and I didn't succeed in getting to that depth. And since I felt unable to do that. I had those time leaps, and I showed the dates there so that the viewers could fill the gaps for themselves.
Vielen Dank. Dankeschön. Danke.
Thank you. We are welcoming now the winner of the Best Director Award of the Encounters competition, Cyril Schäublin for Unruh.
Hi.
Cyril, who is also an alumnus of the Berlinale Talents 2010. So it's a welcome back. Is there any question? Okay, I go. Cyril, congratulations for your film. It's not only well directed, which is what you were awarded for. It's also a film obviously well written with the precision of these watchmakers that you're filming, and it makes me call your film extremely ambitious. It's also the film of a hardworking filmmaker. And I don't know if that's a question. How much time did you give this project? How long has it been with you?
That's a good question, because actually I studied in film school in Berlin, and I meet some of my old Berlin friends, and they tell me, but wait, you have been talking about this project already 12 years ago in some bar. So yeah, it's been with me for quite some time. And also because I come from a family of watchmakers who produced the Unrest piece, so used to produce it. So yeah, it's been a while.
So what's the feeling tonight after this journey and receiving this award for it?
How does it feel? It feels just like a long journey that comes to an incredible end right now. I don't know if it's an end, but yeah, it's been quite a journey.
Well, we hope it's the beginning of a very long life for this film, meeting its audience everywhere around the world, really. It was just the film's world premiere. Is there any question for Cyril? To what extent, there's a number of characters in your film, to what extent did they contribute something to their characters? The actors, I mean.
Yes, of course. I mean, all the people who appear in the film are not professional actors. They are real watchmakers, or they are friends of mine who are artists in real life, or they are truck drivers or farmers. So the idea was really how to reconstruct certain or reenact certain situations from the past, from the 19th century, and then just bring people together who live as human beings today and see how they would handle those situations together, how they would face each other, and how they would what language they would use. So I mean, everything goes to those people somehow, because they appeared, of course, in costumes, in historical costumes, but they've appeared as the people who they are also.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I hadn't seen.
Thank you. This film was powerful. There was this body language. I love it so much. But my question is another. How is it for you that when they call you to say, or you bring your film and you go in this room with the guys who are going to judge if the film can go to Encounter? So how was that time that you were sitting there? What were you thinking?
You mean what I was thinking when we were making the film?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was also kind of a risky endeavor, because there was a script, but in the end we did not know what's going to happen. We were shooting a lot of outside, and there was a lot of rain every day, for example. And also I didn't know how these people would appear in the film as the people who they are in historical costumes. So it was a risk, but also yeah, I don't know, like this kind of curiosity of everybody that maybe dominated the scenery of what is going to happen here. Somehow.
Thank you, Cyril, for your comments. Many congratulations again. Enjoy your...
I think there was one more.
I know, but we have to move on. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you so much.
Do there earlier. Thank you so much. The woman we've all been waiting for, the winner of the best performance, Silver Bear, Melton Kaptan for Rabie Kournas versus George W. Bush.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Good evening. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Melton, I have to ask the first question.
Yeah.
You're a very cheerful woman, but you have to help us understand on a scale of 1 to 10 how joyful you are right now with this award compared to usually.
Do you know the word Fiebertraum? It's like, seriously, as if you have drunk a lot of alcohol and you're not really realizing things. So I think I have to take some days and sleep it over, maybe like over and over again, so that I realize what happened here.
Your English is actually perfect.
Yeah, you want to do it in English or German? But it's
no, it's just
okay. Okay.
Okay, many questions. Natalia, go ahead. Okay, got you.
First of all, congratulations. We told you that you would win on the press conference.
And I didn't want to believe you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So great. Congratulations again. And my question is, what are you planning to do with this, I would say, world fame? Because really, I would say from a point of view of a journalist, you were discovered here and now as a great actress, and I do believe that you would get lots of offers. What are your next dream projects? Or in which direction would you like your career to move from now on?
Are you flying to the US?
Well, we will see. But the thing is, of course, you know that my background is comedy. So I started up as a stand-up comedian. But before that, I did acting. And I love making people laugh. But I always felt that I also want to play these deeper things, you know. And more I was like, yeah, I just don't be at the superficial part. I just want to, you know, go to the deeper things. Because art in general, it's nice if you're in a life is not only funny. You know, you have all the facets. And being able to show all these facets were so nice for me. And of course, like, I don't know what will happen, but of course I would love to keep this, that I have the chance to, you know, make all of and just combine it. You know, combine like comedy, maybe combine, but also deep things. Maybe playing a German woman the next time. Wouldn't that be nice? So, if we talk about integration, yeah.
A question over there.
Hello.
Many, many congratulations. Fantastic performance. I'm Emma from London. Thought you were wonderful.
Thank you.
My question is, of course, that tonight you won the overall performance. For the second year running, the Berlinale has not doing the actor and actresses category.
Yeah.
So you've won overall performance. Is that more special for you?
I think it's a good thing that we don't have this gender question anymore. I was like, wow, Berlinale, you know, is like, you know, above that even. And I was like, where's the second one? You know, I could not even, and I'm still thinking like, isn't there like a male coming now? So yeah, it's a crazy feeling. And the thing, that's what I said, I have to sleep it over to understand what's going on here. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Sprech mal auf Deutsch, weil das ja für uns hier ein Heimspiel
I'll be
ist.
speaking in German because we're here amongst each other. You're so emotional and full of energy, which I love, so the role was perfect for you. And could you imagine, theoretically speaking, you say you'd like to go deeper, that you could also act as a very depressive person? Oh, yes, totally. Actually, I didn't want to have Rabie Kournas to be funny. I actually was led by the original, and I noticed that this funny thing, this lightness she has, is something which is very very typical of her. And that is Rabi, and it also gives her the strength to live through this all, which is why it was so important for everybody. Also, the writer of the script, who was here just now. I mean, we really wanted to show this, but if something comes up in the future where there's nothing funny at all, yes, I'll do it very happily.
I'm sorry,
very happily.
I have to say good evening to Meltem.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
again.
you so much. Dankeschön. Danke, dass ihr an mich geglaubt habt.
Thank you that you believed in me.
And I will call Rabia now. And I will call her and say what happened here. Bye-bye.
Superstar. Dankeschön. Okay. We're going to welcome Camilla Andini, the director of, the director of Nana, who is accepting the award for Laura Bazuki, supporting performance. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, Camilla, I had a very, very long text and I got a bit lost. Wherever you want.
Okay. Well, this is not mine, but hello.
Welcome, congratulations. It might not be yours, but if there's an award for your film, it was enjoyed by the jury, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you very graciously accepted the film for your actress. Do you want to tell us more about your work with her?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very important role, even though it's supporting in the film. It was very hard for me to cast for this particular role because it's very delicate in a way. There is not a lot of explanation about her character in the film, but in her short time, she has to be able to, give that companion and the feel of freedom that I wanted from her for the main character. It's such a delicate and important role, and I'm glad that I met Laura. She is very committed to her work, and we wrote sort of the character as well a little bit together when I found her, and it's been amazing, yeah.
I really appreciate that she won this award, actually, because you really make this friendship exist. It's not this supporting role that is just there. It is believable, and she's wonderful. They both have very distinct personalities, but you absolutely believe in their what binds them, and you did that beautifully. So she also has to thank you for this beautiful role.
Yeah, we, as the story as well, we have each other as a woman as well. For me as a director and writer, and her as the character, the actress. I think we are doing what her role and Nana doing actually in the film. We are supporting each other. That's what is important. We give each other perspective, and we give room of freedom to each other as well. So I think that's what's matter.
Congratulations to you and to Laura.
Yes.
Please join me in congratulating Camilla for the Silver Bear Best Supporting Performance on behalf of Laura.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can go back to the lounge.
Yeah.
And enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please welcome Hong Sang-soo, winner of Silver Bear Grand Jury Prize. I think they please come to me. I think they expected me to read the title of your film in Korean. that was never going to happen. Yes? We can't hear you. Hold on. Please wait for
Hello?
a second.
Yeah, now you hear me. Or not? Yes. Mark Harapetian, Herausgeber Kulturmagazin Spirit, ein Lächeln im Sturm. Ich bin ein großer...
I'm a great fan of yours. And...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you start from the
Of
beginning?
course.
Yeah.
I'm Mark Harapetian, Publisher of...
Mark Harapetian, ich gebe das Filmmagazin heraus und ich bewundere Ihre Filme. Oft drehen Sie schwarz-weiß und es sind Konversationsfilme und es ist nie langweilig. Warum entscheiden Sie sich so häufig?
Thank you. And congratulations, of course.
Yeah. I think I was listening German, so I couldn't understand.
Ah.
You're speaking German.
Oh, okay. We have the wrong channel.
Number 2 is right. It's English. It's English, but I heard the German.
Yeah, no. Must be English.
Okay. Sorry.
Magazine Spirit, A Smile in the Storm. I'm publisher, and I'm a great admirer of your films. And do often in black and white cinematography, and they are also conversation films. But even we have a lot of talking people, it's never boring. So for me, it would be interesting to know why you choose black and white cinematography so often. Because we have in the end a little color in your film, but it's just a bonbon, a benefit. So why you often shoot in black and white? Is it your favorite style, or you love black and white films from the past? I really would like to know.
I guess I haven't come to the conclusion. Sometimes I ask myself why, but I really haven't come to the clear why that satisfies me. Of course, like many people, I love black and white photography. But I was kind of being careful about using both black and white because it, as a audience, when I see the black and white movie, it tend to rely on that being a black and white too much. And so I wanted to avoid that. So I haven't shot the black and white as much as I wanted, I guess. But recently, maybe some years ago, I just kind of discarded that being careful about black and white. So there are a few things like that changing inside me. So I always like black and white, so I can, whenever I have a chance, I just go for it. And this film, at the end, there's a small clip of color, right? It has a, if you remember the film, there's a kind of a, for me, it's a stage. In the very beginning, in the bookstore, it's about hearing, and the tower is about looking, and in the park, it's smelling, and this small restaurant is about eating, and then drinking, and getting drunk, falling asleep, and then going to theater is kind of virtual reality. And then in that film, we see finally the color. It's a different sensation, progression of a different sensation. I don't know, maybe it's too formal. But I just wanted to do it. So that's one of the few things I came up when I was thought about this film. So in that sense, the black and white was very appropriate. Okay. Thank you.
One more question, yes?
Thank you for your beautiful movie. Journalists usually ask questions to women about the fact they are awarded, about gender issues. You're the only man in the main prizes tonight at the Berlinale, so I ask you, as a man, how do you feel, and do you see things changing in cinema, in the movie industry?
Can you simplify? I couldn't.
How does it?
What?
About the awards list tonight, or as a man in the industry?
Yeah, he's the only man in the 5 or 6 main prizes. So.
I didn't know that. So I'm the only man?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I think it's just. I don't want to find a winning in that.
See, it's already normal for him. Thank you so much.
Sometimes something clicks, so I want to delve into it and find some mystery, the answer, things like that. But your question, I don't feel like being clicked. Okay.
Thank you. Join me in congratulating Hong Sang-soo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Silverberg Grand Jury Prize for the novelist film. And so it's time, I suppose, for the Golden Bear. Golden Bear for Best Film, Alcaraz, represented by its director, Carla Simon, and producer, Maria Zamora. Welcome, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yes?
Bueno, buenas noches, Carla. Cartelera Turia, desde Valencia. Sí.
Good evening, Carla. I would like to greet you all here from Valencia. It is an honor for us, for you to have received this prize. As somebody else who's also from Valencia, somebody who empathizes deeply with this movie, I would like to ask you what it feels like to show the world this culture that is our culture. What does it feel like to open up this world and to show the world our culture, our way of living, and of living together? And again, thank you very much. It is a wonderful movie. Well, of course, I feel very proud. A story that is so local, that it started because my uncles, they grow peaches in Alcaraz, and then suddenly people all over the world can empathize with this story in this way. But of course, it's also normal at the same time because we all have a family and there's agriculture everywhere in the world. So at the same time, these are themes that are universal. And I think it is beautiful to see humanity from this point of view, because at the end of the day, we are very similar, regardless of where we live.
Go ahead.
Gracias, Carla, enhorabuena de nuevo.
Thank you. It is a wonderful movie. Practically all of the prizes have been given to women this evening. Do you think something has changed? Something is changing? Something that is here to stay? And once again, you have won 2 awards. You have come here twice, and each time you've won an award. This sets a very high standard. Do you feel a lot of pressure for your next project? Do you think this will change your way of approaching cinema? Well, I'll start with the second question. Right now, I don't want to feel pressure because we want to celebrate this prize. This film has been a long and difficult journey. It has been a very complex project. And because of the pandemic, of course, there were a lot of delays. We were filming it, and we had to delay it for a year. So we're very happy to finally show it here. And in that sense, the only thing I want to do when something like this happens is, well, it opens up a door to the next film, and I hope that we'll make that next film very soon. We're already working on it. And so that is the spirit that we have. We want to make movies because that is what makes me happier than anything else. And, well, it's what I like to do. Well, and regarding women, yes, you're right. There have been many prizes awarded to women. There were a lot of women in the competition this year. I think that is something that is here to stay because our frame of reference is changing. I remember when I studied cinema, I had a hard time to think of female directors because I knew some, but there weren't that many, or maybe they weren't shown to us. And that is changing because there's a will for that to change because we are half the population, so we should be telling half of the stories. And I think the fact that these new generations will have more frames of reference, more points of reference in female directors will lead to equality. And we haven't been there, we haven't gotten there yet because we see a lot of women receiving prizes today. But when we look at the figures of women who direct films who are receiving prizes, we still haven't reached true equality.
My name is Mahari Sigit, African Refugees. Carla, I'm so happy. I'm really happy because I knew it. I told you 5, 6 times. Now Barcelona doesn't need Messi. They have the golden bear. I just want to ask you, because I told you, I talked to you about the film, but I want to ask you, the moment you heard your name, when they say the winner is, what happened to you? Please, can you tell us whatever you want?
I don't know, you know, because it wasn't hearing my name. It was actually when they said why they would award this film, that Maria and I were holding our hands and listening to what they were saying, and it pretty much was our film. So we imagined that maybe this would come. So when they say Alcaraz, I didn't even hear my name. So we just went, and yeah, I'm so proud and so happy.
Yes.
Hola, Carla. Muchísimas
Hello, Carla. Congratulations for this wonderful film. My question is, well, those of us who saw Verano 1993, Summer 1993, and this film, well, when it comes to harmony between the characters, how do you, and editing and this complicated script and the shooting, there are a lot of different elements, but it all comes together as one final piece of work. Where does this inspiration come from? How did you reach this point of harmony between all the factors? There is a lot of work that has gone on into this movie. It has been a very complex project. With Maria, we would like to do something a bit more simple as our next project to enjoy it as well. But here, starting with the script, it was hard work. We were writing for more than 2 years because writing a choral piece of work such as this, it's hard work, and you have to learn how to write it. An ensemble movie such as this, we were inspired by ensemble movies, but we had to find our own way to build this. Something that is related to my way of approaching filmmaking, which is basically emotions and how one character's emotions have effects on others, and you have this ripple that affects, you know, different characters, and you have the family as a unit. So it was hard, but we wanted to have the challenge of making this movie with non-professional actors. And for me, that is very positive because this spontaneity, you can see it on the screen. And again, it was hard, but it was a long process to prepare the actors for that, and also in the editing process. The editing process was difficult because we had a lot of things on our mind, a lot of different aspects. And so we had to, in a sense, rewrite the film in the editing room, which is what you always do when editing. But when you have an ensemble piece such as this, and you have all these pieces that have to fit together, that makes it even more difficult. Maria, I don't know if you wanted to say something about this award. Well, for us, it is very important. It's the first time we have been a part of the competition. Do I continue in Spanish? This is the first time we have been invited to the competition after having been here with our first movie, with Carla's first movie. Of course, it was an honor. And, well, then, receiving this award, it's a dream come true. We didn't expect it at all. I know everybody says it, but the truth is just being here, just being part of the competition was wonderful. After being in the generation section, it was a huge leap to be in the official competition. Well, this Golden Bear, like Carla said, these things, they give you a sense of confidence to move on to your next project because, you know, you feel, hey, we can master the next project, and that is something that is very important. And, well, luckily and unluckily, first of all, we had to delay the film for a year, but while we did that, luckily, we were able to work on the next film, on Carla's next movie, so we've made a lot of progress.
I'm very proud because you're also both alumni. Join me in congratulating the winners of the Golden Bear, Carla Simone and Maria Zamora. Alcaraz.